is over.
Where common sense fails. Warning, content may be hot.
Wow, so here we are. God, it's been about 4 or 5 months, I think, since we did the last episode. Loads of things have been going on. I've got to hold my hand up and just say that the reason why we've not got an episode out sooner, mainly down to work schedules, holidays, and just so busy. But you know, We've come together now. I've got a couple of new presenters on this episode, purely because Drew and I just can't find the time to both be together in order to record this. So I've just got a couple of guest presenters. We're gonna just chat about a few things. There's going to be stuff there about the football. There was a big match this weekend. There'll be a few nervous shout outs like this.
Hi, Kitty.
And we might even throw in a little bit of festive chat. But that's sort of come in this podcast. I hope you like it. Give us your feedback and let us know.
Prepare yourself.
Okay, let's go.
It's been about 5 months since we last did a podcast, it's been a long time, right? Everyone's been kind of screaming for us to come back on and do something, but because of kind of schedules where people have been a little bit busy and we've not been able to get together, Drew and I. Today I have 2 new co-hosts. So today we have got some podcast virgins, so to speak. I've got my co-host, Scott. Say hello, Scott.
I am Scott, everyone.
And also with Scott, we've got, don't know quite how much she's going to say, but she might contribute a little bit. It's Olivia. Say hello, Olivia.
Hi.
See, she's going to be the giggle. So hopefully, Scott, if we can come up with some funny jokes, right, we might even get a giggle.
Absolutely.
From Olivia. It might be a nervous giggle, right? She might not know what she's giggling at, but we might get some feedback, right? So this is going to be our pre-Christmas podcast. So we've got a load of stuff to talk about. We've got new jingles that we're going to lay out there and let people kind of vote on those, but also just have a good old general chat. Now, on the way in, we were driving in and Scott drove. And you know what?
Very nicely.
Well, I was going to say I'm surprised I'm actually able to speak at the moment because he was going a little bit quick at times and it was a little bit scary. It cost me a lot of money to stop off and have something to eat and to drink just so that we can break up the journey because it was like being in a Formula One car with him. I didn't really talk much in the car because it was a bit of a nervous thing. But anyway, we had Scott and his DJ. What do we think of his music, Olivia?
It's all right. I didn't really know any of the songs though.
Well, you know what? He actually started off with some good 80s music, right? And all the time, Scott's been in the car with me. He's always like, can you put this music on? Can you put this music on? And it's all kind of like stuff I've never heard of. And then today, he's playing an 80s kind of track, right?
What was your favourite track?
Well, there was all good stuff in there. And then I mentioned, he even had Billie Jean playing by Michael Jackson. And I even mentioned that next minute, it was off. And he put himself onto some Gary Cinnamon or something. Is his name Gary Cinnamon?
Yeah.
Bit of Gary Cinnamon, bit of I don't know.
Drake, a bit of everything. A bit of everything.
Yeah, well, it wasn't really my tunes, although I'm down with the kids. I'm kind of wasn't.
Because it's the age, Chris.
Yeah, well, okay.
Moving on.
That's what we're doing. We're moving on.
What day is it today, Chris?
Well, it's the derby. It is City versus Manchester. And I don't want to go into too much into the football because, like I say, there'll be some people out there who go, football? What do you reckon the score's going to be, Scott?
I think it's going to be a tight one, if I'm honest, Jeff. I think United do have a good track record beating City in the derby, but I think man for man, player to player, I think we've got a better team. I think.
Is it at home or is it at Theatre of Dreams?
I think it's at home. But
is that the Emptyad?
Oh.
It will be the Emptyad today.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So I was going to say you won't notice any difference because there's no crowd there anyway.
Exactly, no. But I think it's going to be a tight one. I think maybe 3-2. I think City have come in for some good form recently, scoring a couple of goals. We've kept a couple of clean sheets. I'm really happy with our defensive layout at the moment. Bringing Diaz in. So I'm confident.
Right, Scott, this is not a pitch to get on Sky Sports, right, as to be a presenter. But no. Right,
anything better than Gary Neville.
Controversial, but anyway.
There we are, shout out.
Am I your Jamie Carragher then?
Oh, yeah, that's the one.
And anyway, so go on, give me a score.
I think 3-2. I think we've got it in us. I think Bruno's going to cause us a couple of problems. Obviously, Cavani's come in and
he's a bit old, though, isn't he?
He is old, but his experience. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being old, is there, Chris?
Hi, Kitty.
I haven't got any specific jingles which I'm going to play that introduce the two newbies, but we'll see how we get on, right? And if they're any good, they might be invited back. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm always up for a free McDonald's.
Free McDonald's, that's how much it's costing me, everybody. Yeah, and you know what? You don't know how expensive that is. Flipping expensive.
It is these days. Prices are flying high.
That and Costa Coffee. Right? So I got a Costa Coffee for me and Olivia. And Olivia had, like, I don't know, did you have a cheese and ham toasty?
Cheese ham tasty, and was it cherries chocolate orange?
Terry's chocolate orange. That came to nearly £13. I'm like,
nice though.
Yeah, but we are in the wrong industry, right? So if you want to think about, especially you, Olivia, if you're thinking about coming out of college and what job to do, set up a coffee shop, right? Because you can charge an absolute fortune. But anyway, in all COVID situations and everything else, it's still kind of like, you're not allowed to eat in, are you, Scott?
No, you're not. No, you've got to take out nowadays.
So it's all takeout. Are we going to get back to normality, do you reckon?
I'm not sure. Well, you had a funny experience in the Trafford Centre, didn't you?
Oh, that's right. So last week, right, Olivia and I went to the Trafford Centre.
Is this about the food thing?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so annoying.
So first off, and again, for our international listeners, you have to look at the Trafford Centre. It's a big shopping mall in Manchester, and you go in, and it's huge. And they have a one-way system, so you can only walk around a particular way, which is a little bit weird. There's queues outside all the shops, and they have this massive food hall.
Huge, absolutely massive.
Yeah, you can get anything you want in there. So there's like fast food downstairs, and there's like restaurants upstairs, right? And we go in there, and first off, it's a one-way system around the food hall. And I'm saying to Olivia, what do you fancy? And I just wanted something, a little bit fast food again, right? So we said, let's go for
Burger King.
let's go for Burger King. And there are other burger shops and chains.
There's also there is others.
There are others, right? But we decided to go for Burger King. Anyway, we had to walk all the way around, and we got there, and then they said, you're not allowed to eat it in the Trafford Centre. There's only takeout.
Yeah, you have to go outside.
You have to go outside. I'm like, who travels all the way to the Trafford Centre just for a burger? You don't. So we thought, no, we're going to go and find somewhere. So we walked back into the Trafford Centre area, the main shopping area, and we were looking for like somewhere to sit, and they were all like, just a bench, and they're all taken. Anyway, we found a bench, and we sat down, and it said no food to be eaten here, but we broke it.
Rule.
Yeah, we broke the rule, and we started eating away. Yeah,
sound effects.
I'll see if I've got one. And so we broke the rule, and we were like munching away on our burger and chips. And only when we got to the last bit did we get
caught.
Yeah, we got caught by one of the officials who said, "Excuse me, you're not allowed to eat in here." We were like, "Really? Yeah, they should shut the food hall. If you're not allowed to eat, they shouldn't have opened the food hall." So I say Trafford Centre. Stop thinking about the money. If you're going to open up the food hall, let people eat in there.
Even to socially distance.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But, the other annoying thing is, and it happened today when we were going into get some food on the way in, Scott forgot his mask. That's the most annoying thing.
I always do that.
Yeah. So you're going along and you get out of the car or whatever, you go, oh yeah, I forgot my mask. Right. But is that going to be the new norm, do you reckon?
Probably.
Well, we're gonna have to see. Obviously, this vaccine coming out soon.
But even with the vaccine, we'll still have to be precaution.
Yeah, but can you imagine, Scott? You're going to Revs, right? You're going out for a night out with your mates in Revs, and you're all having to wear masks.
Can't kiss any girls anymore.
I know. Well,
Gotta go on.
And yeah, you're on the dance floor. If you still have dance floors now, no need to know. Yeah, and you're there with your mask because you're not going to know who they're like. And Olivia, you're not going to be able to find any nice looking blokes because they're going to have half their face covered up.
I've got to say, you look nice with a mask on.
It proves it. Yeah, take the mask off.
Take the mask off.
It's like I was listening to a radio show the other day, and the woman was she was a breakfast presenter, and she was like, I haven't got time to put my makeup on and this, that and the other. So the I think it was a Chris Evans show or someone, and he said, why don't you put your makeup on with your mask on?
Yeah, and you do half your face.
So you're doing half the face. But then you'd look a bit silly if you took your mask off for a drink and you've got no makeup on underneath. Very
I
weird.
have done it for college.
What? You've only just put
I've just put my eyebrows on the top half
right,
and just left the bottom because I have my mask on all day.
You don't take it off at all? What if you haven't something to drink?
Only when you eat, but
What about in the classroom? Do you have to keep your mask on in the classroom?
Yeah, because you're literally by side of someone.
Well, I'm really happy that I'm not in college or school anymore.
Yeah, but Scott, Scott, if I'm allowed to say what you do for a job?
Of course you can.
So Scott is an estate agent.
Yeah,
okay, right, okay. I know what you think about estate agents. but anyway, do you have to wear masks when you're doing viewings and stuff?
Yeah, so you've got to be cautious. So masks, gloves, and just using spray for your hands. But you've got to be cautious.
Isn't it a bit more? Yeah, I bet you're more successful though, aren't you? Because people can't see your lips moving and they can't see you lying, right? So there's a chance that making masks for estate agents is good, right?
Yeah, well, we have a saying, estate agents. No, of course. I mean, it makes my job slightly harder actually, because I think when you are doing viewings, you want to see what their facial expressions are like.
Right.
You can tell a lot from
Helps you interact with them.
Exactly, and I think if they're interested, you can tell a lot from the face, and obviously you're taking that away from that, aren't you, with the mask on? So it does make it slightly tricky.
Now, I don't want you to put yourself at risk of losing your job here, Scott. Right?
Okay.
But the whole purpose of this podcast is in the name of the type, right? It's where common sense fails. So there must be times, Scott, when you've been selling a house where you've been walking around. Either you go upstairs and you're showing them around, and the people that own a house are in bed. Come on.
You've literally just stole that out of my mouth.
Go on.
So I was doing a viewing once, and
Is this truthful?
this is true. Yeah, true story. Yeah, true story. Facts. So I was doing a viewing once in Wilmslow, and I'm not going to say the house.
Now Wilmslow's a nice place, right? So
yeah.
it'll be quite a nice house, probably.
Yeah, it was a nice house. Needed a bit of modernisation, but nevertheless, it's a nice house.
Okay.
I think sometimes vendors will want to stay in the house. They won't want to go out whilst the viewing's taking place.
Do they accompany you around, or just stay out of the way?
They'll stay out of the way, but I think it just makes things a bit awkward if they're in the house, because buyers, they want to have a look around, talk freely,
look at things they shouldn't be looking at.
Yeah, exactly. But there's this one time where I was doing a viewing and we went into one of the bedrooms, and the daughter was in bed actually.
What?
And it was
On her own?
Yeah. So she was just in her pajamas in bed.
How old was she?
I don't know. She was like 20, 21. But
Okay.
I think
It's not that young.
Was she fit looking?
to be honest, I didn't look. I was in and out before you know it.
Oh, Mrs.
I'll be back later. No, it was just I just felt very awkward, and I just think I don't really get paid to do that, and I just thought
Well, what did you do? Did you say, well, do you mind if we just come and have a look around? Or
I didn't. I just literally put my head in and went out, and I just said there's someone in there, and I think they put their head in and looked, and then they were out as quick as me. So
were they polite to say, oh, hello, just looking?
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit awkward, isn't it? I mean, if you got someone looking around the house, and you get out, wouldn't you?
But tell me, Scott, right? So the impression we have, what is it about estate agents, right? When they state the obvious, when they're showing someone around the house, they go,
This is the kitchen.
yeah, this is the kitchen. Oh, I can work that out myself. This is the bedroom. Come on, right? Do something a little bit different.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's always good to know the specifications of the kitchen, of what brand it is, when it was put in. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's a viewing.
Have you ever got the wrong house In other words, you're viewing one house, right?
Yeah.
And you actually give them the stats of another house you've just been to.
I've got a funny story actually.
Go
where, we're selling 2 houses on the road, and they're about
On the same road?
on the same road, yeah. And they're like 3 or 4 houses down the line. So they're in seeing distance anyway, and they're fairly similar.
Right.
So I booked in a viewing with this gentleman for one of the houses, which I thought it was the other house.
Right. Okay.
So I turn up to this viewing and I'm waiting there thinking, where is he? He's not showed up. So I've given him a call and he said, I'm outside. So I walk outside and I see him standing outside the other house. And I was thinking, oh my God.
Who's got it right? Who's got it wrong?
Exactly. He got it wrong. Anyway, he knocks on the door, doesn't he? So I have to wander over and explain the situation and said, I thought this was the one you're interested in. Anyway.
And he went, well, I was until I saw it outside. And I thought I prefer the other one.
Anyway, so the vendors were there.
Yeah.
It was me, the buyer, the vendors. So we just thought, well, you might as well come round then. So we went round and he ended up buying it.
No.
He
So
did.
he went to the wrong house
Well-
and bought that house.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, he that was the house he obviously had in mind.
Right.
But the house that he was telling me was the other one. So
That's brilliant.
yeah, it worked out in my favour. I mean, bought on the first viewing.
And is the other house still up for sale?
No, we sold that. Chris, we sold that.
Well, that's not bad. Right. Okay. So
It's Christmas!
Hey Izzy, what are you looking forward to this Christmas?
Well, world peace and the end of COVID pandemic, return to some kind of normality.
Okay, well, can't promise all that, but I can promise a new Christmas special Where Common Sense Fails episode. It'll be in your stocking on Christmas Day.
Ooh, can't wait! Exciting!
So, with Christmas just around the corner, I thought I'd ask Scott and Olivia what their worst and best presents were over the times. Here's what they had to say. So, both of you, what's your worst and your best Christmas presents?
This year.
So, well, no. Through
Not Christmas.
we've not had Christmas yet. And that's the other thing, right, listeners? Olivia knows all the presents normally that she's going to get for Christmas. Well, I refuse this year. I'm not going to tell her what she's getting for Christmas. But anyway, so one of the things that I want to know is, what did you think you were getting for Christmas? Or have you ever had a time where you're opening up a present and you're like, what the hell? What the hell is this? And you've got to pretend that you liked it.
I've got one.
Go on then, Olivia.
I think it was when, not necessarily for Christmas, but Nan and Papa came off a cruise ship.
Right.
They always bring presents.
Yeah.
And Nana got me some clothes, but obviously not going to be my style, is it?
How old were you?
Oh, like 14,
Okay.
something like that. And it was like a summer dress, but it was just like multicolored.
Right.
She looked like a peacock.
Was it
Pretty
like a
much.
Jamaican style thing, or
No, I don't even know what it was, to be honest.
did you ever wear it?
No. I was just like, oh, thank you. Obviously didn't want to tell her, but I was just like,
What you have now, if she listens to this. Yeah, that's like a Nana and Papa. We're sorry to break this to you, but
To be fair, she did look like a walking rainbow.
it was literally that.
She looked like an LGBT ambassador.
I think you'd say that, Scott.
yeah.
Why not? What? You should look like a rainbow.
Oh, okay. Right. So that was one of your worst.
Yeah.
Wow. Is there any time when you've kind of asked for a certain present, and because I had one, guys, when I might have told you this story, but when I was just about to go to big school, so I was going to boarding
High
school,
school.
right? Well, it's boarding school, a big school for me, right?
Okay.
So I was 12.
It's old.
And everybody, yeah, different language when I was younger. Everybody had Dr. Martens, right? And I remember saying to my mom, Mom, I want some Dr. Martens when I go to school. And we were going round the shops in a place called Ripon, which is in North Yorkshire. And we're going round, and I'm going around with my mom, and she takes me into the shop, and she goes, oh, there you go. These are like Dr. Martens. They weren't Dr. Martens, but they looked like with the air sole and everything else. I was like, Mom, they're not Dr. Martens. She went, yeah, but no one will know. They look the same.
Oh, I've had that a couple of times.
Oh, they were like a third of the price, and she bought them. She wouldn't let me get Dr. Martens. I wore them maybe once in school because everyone took the mickey out of me. I was like, I'm not wearing them again.
It's a waste of money, isn't it? Because you're just not going to wear them.
Yeah, you buy cheap, you buy twice, or even 3 times.
Ooh, it's Father Christmas here. Are you on my naughty or nice list this year? Still time to change that, you know. Ho, ho. Come on, Rudolph. Ho, ho, ho.
Scott, what is your worst present? Just got to think about it.
I think about this one. I've had quite a few in the time.
Maybe I should go for your top 10 then. And keep the person that gave you the gift a secret, otherwise you could offend them.
So my mother. I don't know, to be honest, because I think what we tend to do is what we're getting.
Because you pick it.
Yeah,
there are no surprises.
Well, she gives me a couple of surprises. But I'm just trying to think if there's anything that sort of springs to mind.
Do you remember 2 years ago? Was it 2 years ago? Your mom bought you some Chelsea boots, right? And they weren't the ones that you wanted. She bought you some black ones. And I ended up secretly going out and buying him a lighter pair.
Nice one. Yeah. No, I remember. Yeah, well, let's talk about that. So,
but did you ever wear those black ones?
The black ones. Yeah, I did wear them. And then I took them off, put them in the bin. No, they just look like absolute beetle stompers.
It's a beetle stomp.
They just, they just look, for everyone, listening, they just look like absolute clown shoes. And I think I did actually wear them once, actually. And I think I did get laughed at. So, not again. But then, Chris went out and he got me some nice grey ones, which really, really liked. And
with it, right? Down with the kids.
They've been worn a lot. But no, it's nice. I mean, suede shoes, like Chelsea boots are very nice. I mean, you can wear them anywhere. You have this thing at the moment where bouncers, they don't let you in for certain shoes.
You're kidding me. Well, I can understand trainers maybe.
Yeah, but, they don't like designer shoes, so...
What?
Yeah, designer shoes. So, bouncers these days, they any excuse to kick you out.
Are you sure they're just using that as an excuse, though?
No.
If your face doesn't fit.
The thing is, bouncers these days, you could if you turn up with like 2 or 3 lads, they'll just find any excuse. They'll pick on you to get you out. They just don't like you. I don't know if that's changed at all, but... all
right, okay. So moving on from the presents thing, but going back to maybe why people don't like you. Have you got any embarrassing stories? Could be about yourself or a friend.
I mean, there was this one time we went on a lad's holiday to Zante, and clearly my friend had a bit too much to drink.
Right.
And he pissed himself.
What?
And he was that drunk and paralytic, he couldn't really change him.
Did he even notice?
No, I don't know if he knew, but anyway, we dragged him
out on the dance floor, so they call it.
No, so it was in the apartment room before we went out.
What?
So this is before we went. But we found it funny, and we didn't change him. We just carried him to the strip.
No,
we did. So he went out with pissed trousers. Well,
embarrassing.
Yeah, I've got a picture somewhere.
What about the one? Again, another lad's holiday you were on, Scott. Yeah, I remember you telling me where someone put through the window.
Oh, yes. We've had a bad experience with that. Yeah, so basically, it was a night out. We just came back. It was probably about 3-4 o'clock. We sort of crawled back to the apartment room, and some of us, myself included, wanted to carry on the party. And we were just sat on the balcony, a couple of drinks. Jordan Milne.
Oh, name checking him as well now. Jordan, if you're listening.
Jordan Milne. He had enough and went to bed. And,
he was the safe one then, right?
Yeah. And so he's obviously getting a bit annoyed.
Jordan, you goody.
Yeah, he was getting a bit annoyed because we were quite loud, so he locked the door and went to sleep. Jordan sleeps like a lion, so you can't wake him up. So,
like a lion or like a log?
Like a lion. The lions sleep
I don't know how lions sleep, right?
Lions sleep like 22 hours in the day. So
okay.
Anyway, he just wouldn't wake up, and we were banging on the door, banging on the window, just wouldn't wake up at all. Bear in mind, I think we're on our second story. Yeah, some of my friends were coming.
Second story in the apartment.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was a hefty jump. some of my mates were considering jumping. Bear in mind, like, we're all sort of tops off, shorts on. The sun's rising in the prime.
What, it's
of
like
summer.
4:00 now in the morning?
Yeah, about 4 or 5 o'clock, and the sun's rising and it's getting hot. We're all dehydrated. And anyway, one thing led to another. My mate started banging on the window, and it cracked. And yes,
Did it actually smash or just crack?
it just a massive crack, which obviously went across the whole window. But yeah, that was.
Did you get in?
No, we didn't. We had to wait for the management to come, because I think it was that early that the management company woke up, and you know what they do. You know, they do a sort of a sweep across, you know, the walk through the complex, and he saw us, so he went over, opened the door, and
Did you have to pay for it?
Well, I actually didn't. I wasn't staying there.
Oh,
I was staying at a different place.
Right.
And obviously, places like that are very strict on having guests back, because I don't think they're insured for it. So I had to quickly get my stuff and go. So I literally ran out the door. And yeah.
Now, everybody, all you people out there that have got this preconception of, you know what, Brits abroad, do you know what, they've got a bad name and everything else, and they're all just pissed up. I was going to say, that is just Scott and his mates, by the sound of it, giving us all a bad name. Brits abroad, I don't know, Scott, hang your head in shame, right? So who ended up footing the bill, and how much was it?
I think it was just my mate. The guy who smashed it, he did it. He's quite well off.
Didn't you all club together?
No, because he's the one who smashed it.
God, that's what I like, mates sticking together, right? In trouble, we're all sitting there going, you
Well,
foot the bill.
The thing is, though, I think the problem was we're all getting annoyed, and I think he was just he was doing it himself by smashing it. We told him to stop, and he wouldn't. And he was carrying on. So, I mean, obviously, it's fully his fault. So, unfortunately, gone down with the bill with that one.
Not even Jordan, did he not cough up?
He was asleep, and it's fun. Actually, here we go. This is how it gets a bit funny. So obviously, we had to tell Jordan at some point that it got smashed, because obviously his hand was bleeding because of the glass on it. What he did was he put some of the blood on the back of his head, and then so when Jordan woke up, we said, he fell over and he smashed his head. And we held that lie for about a year. We just forgot about it, and then we had a night out and we started talking about it, and then we were like, you do realise he punched it? He was like, what? He punched it?
Wow.
So that was quite funny. That was a nice little lie we kept.
Olivia, have you got any embarrassing? I mean, you're only a young whippersnapper,
Yeah, I was just going to say, not really.
You probably don't have that many out there, but no?
None that I can think of.
Walking the dog, maybe?
No. I think so.
Dog's not got into any fights and you've not been able to control it? No? Okay, the dog's not done a poo on someone else's garden. You've gone, it's embarrassing.
No.
Wow.
Interesting.
Hasn't lived. Not even in university or college or anything.
No.
School?
No.
Okay. Give me an answer other than no.
I don't know.
Yeah. There must be something else. Just not. No. Just no.
I haven't experienced anything.
Okay. Not the bikini top falling off when you're in swimming.
No.
Your mom's did.
I know.
So
I think
there you go.
everyone knew that.
Well, I've only heard this story.
No wonder the kids ran away.
So what happened?
What? Well, you were there, weren't you, Scott? In the sea. The big waves.
Oh yeah. One of those embarrassing mum moments. Big wave. Bikini fell down.
She didn't realise.
She didn't realise.
No, Scott was like, Mum.
The lifeguard's going crazy.
But this is right. So again, this is my ignorance here, right? So I'm sitting here. Is this a common thing that could happen to women?
Yeah.
Is it a common sense failure thing where you're not wearing the right top, or is it just because it's not got that's why you need to wear the kind of hoops around your neck so it doesn't fall off?
Yeah, you can't wear like a strapless one.
Oh man! So thank God, Scott, we are not. Although, have you not lost your shorts?
I don't think so. Not happened to me.
But there is a funny story that I can share, which includes these two, and that was when we were in Timosol, so in Spain.
Yep.
And we were out on a pedalo, and we were there was Scott on there, there was myself, Kitty.
Yeah.
Kitty was on there, and Olivia. And Olivia you need to go to shore for something.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I got it in my eye.
Oh, right. So you got water in your eye, and you were like, I need to go in and just dry my eyes. So we weren't that far out. We were probably, about 100 meters? A little bit more? And anyway.
It was deep.
Olivia starts swimming. And she's going, and then she gets to the point where she's going, I can't swim anymore, I'm tired, I can't swim. And we were all shouting from the pedalo, stand up, Olivia, stand up. And she's like, oh, it's really deep. I can't swim anymore. I have to come and save me. Scott was just about to jump off and go and save her. And then she stood up and it came up to
It came up to my shoulders.
No, it did not. It was like, it didn't even touch her waist, right? And we were like, and she just looked at us and went, oh, right, okay. And she walked in from the rest of the way. It was just so funny. It was like, I'm going to drown. Stood up and it was like not even up to your waist.
It was my shoulders.
It was, no way was it up to your shoulders. Didn't even get to your waist. And you walked in and then we came back really sheepish.
I've had a bad experience with pedalo before. So it was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm like. I wanted to go out a little bit further out than the rest. Climb to the top of the stairs and jump off. Anyway, it was myself.
So this is the pedalo with a slide on it?
Yeah.
Right,
so,
okay.
Yeah, so pedalo with a slide on. So it was with myself, Zoe, my other sister, and some other people. And so we went quite far out. Zoe was adamant that we weren't going to. But then for some reason she said, yeah, go on then, we'll do it then. Surprisingly. Anyway, we went quite far out.
You're the sister love, right?
Yeah.
So I climbed to the top and did a massive jump, very successful. And then what happened was, as soon as I surfaced, the pedalo was nowhere to be seen.
Ooh. It was like Jaws moment. Where is it?
Oh, bear in mind.
Did you panic?
Well, I was literally touching Africa at this point. So, I was a little bit panicky. I mean, the first thing you think is, Jaws. But I mean, I was far out. I was very far out. And what happened was they were circling me as well.
And they wouldn't come close. They wouldn't.
No, they were circling about close enough that I could sort of, see them, but couldn't touch them. Anyway, me being me, just swam all the way back.
Did you get a strop on?
Oh,
Yes.
I was.
A good proper Scott strop.
I didn't speak to anyone
For the entire day.
for the entire day. That was it. I could have died, Chris. I could have died.
Come on.
Yeah, so I just didn't speak to anyone.
Sulking.
I was sulking.
How old were you? 16?
Yeah, about 16, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was some length. It was some.
Yeah, but you're a good swimmer. It's fine.
I'm a good swimmer.
Were you on the boat?
Yeah.
See you? Oh, Olivia. Come on. Right? Let your little brother, well, your big brother, on his own.
It's horrible. Horrible day.
Well, anyway, so that, was that Timmersol again?
Yeah, Timmersol. Yeah.
And then another story, right? Where common sense fails, right? Was last year we went to Zante, right? And we Scott joined us a few days later, but up to that point there was Olivia and Debbie and Kitty, and myself, and we went out and about, and it was like, should we take a boat out? And you'd never been anywhere apart from Spain, right?
Yeah.
So first time in Greece, and we went to
that's great.
Went to Zante. Waters are beautiful. We stayed on the southern part of the island, right? And we went out on the boat. We did some turtle watching. We saw a few turtles.
Yeah.
We had a great time, right? We were wave hopping, so we hired a boat and we were wave hopping. So that was going through the wake of other boats that were going past, and Olivia was sitting on the front of it, going quite fast. We were getting some good old bounces,
yeah, it was
right?
really good.
It was a speedboat. So Scott turns up with his girlfriend Millie. Name check, Millie. Hope she's listening.
You've ruined it. You've dropped me in it there, Chris.
And we get this boat, right? And we go, oh, so there's an extra two of us. And we went for what we thought was a better boat.
Yeah.
And it was super slow, right? It was like, oh my God, we could row faster. So Scott's like, oh, this is boring. Can I have a go? And she has a go. And it's like, oh, this is rubbish. We try and do some wave hopping, and it was a little bit poor. Anyway, we left, right? The next couple of days after that. And Scott and Millie stayed on. So Scott, being the alpha male that he is, thinks, I'm going to take a boat out again. I'm going to show Millie exactly what it's like. What does he do?
Breaks down.
Yeah. So Scott, tries to be. I don't know. Well, you take the story up, Scott. But you were out and about trying to do circles, donuts.
Yeah. So I mean, I mean, the night before I was watching Fast and Furious, and it gave me some good inspiration. But no, we took a boat out. It was just me and Millie. After persuading, Millie didn't want to go for obvious reasons. Me, boat, water.
Yeah,
not a great combination. But no, we took the boat out. It was all good. Circled a couple of the islands. Stopped off.
How far out did you go when you say a couple of the islands?
Well, there was just a couple of islands.
There's a little island just off the thingy, right? Get that one. We jump off and swim in there. That's quite nice.
Yeah, that was really nice. I think the only problem you get is if the anchor.
I know,
the anchor at the bottom.
Yeah, it did happen to us.
It can get stuck on the rock, so you've got to sort of dive down and unhook it. But, what happened is I think I was.
Were you doing donuts, acting like a bit of a dick, trying to be a bit kind of cocky, and you've basically drowned the engine, right?
Doesn't sound like me. Yeah. I mean,
but what happened? I had a panic. I'd have sat there going, "Oh my god, the engine's died."
Yeah. Well, what happened was I think too much water went into the engine, so it stalled, and it just wouldn't work. So we had a phone number to ring. So we rang the guy. He came over to us. Did what he needed to do when we were back up there. So.
How long did that take?
About 10 minutes. It wasn't long.
Did they let you stay out an extra 10 minutes or?
No. It was fine. I wasn't. I think we had enough.
Were you sulking again after that?
No, I think we had enough after that anyway. But it was good. It was nice. It was. I really enjoyed it.
And so this year you've not been on holiday, right? Because of COVID.
I've had a couple of holidays cancelled.
I missed 2 holidays.
Yeah, Adam cancelled. Well, I've got just a flight booked to go to Malaga in March for my birthday, and EasyJet emailed me on Friday saying my flight's been cancelled.
For March 2021.
Yeah. So I was flying out of Liverpool and returning to Liverpool. So they sent me 2 options to change my flight. So I changed my flight, and I didn't realise till after I pressed the confirm button, I've only now booked a flight out on the Sunday from Liverpool and flying back in on the Saturday into Manchester. And I'm thinking, but my car's going to be at Liverpool, so I might be on the phone going, can you give me a lift to Liverpool?
Oh, yeah.
Can you pick me up in Manchester and take me to Liverpool, please? What an idiot. But anyway.
It's all right, you can call Bennett's Taxis.
Yeah, but they only charged me about
a good rate.
100 quid.
Well,
but
that's the starting fare.
Yeah, and at McDonald's and all that kind of stuff, right? So, and I've also just, again, booked a holiday for the Canaries. But last week, the Canaries come off the safe list. So now you go to the Canaries, you've got to
isolate.
Yeah, isolate.
Well, we might not be able to travel.
No, there's that as well. But the Canaries isn't till May. So we don't know what's happening. But are you hoping to get away next year?
Yes, I want to go to Portugal.
Well, you've got a kind of penciled in holiday with.
Yeah, for 2 weeks.
With Kitty?
Yeah.
2 weeks with Kitty? Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay.
Long time.
Yeah. And Kitty's huge now, as in tall, isn't she, right?
Yeah, she's really grown.
She's
like the same height as you now. Yeah.
She's gone really tall. Have you seen her lately?
No.
Wow. She's going to be like supermodel.
Yeah, she will be. My dad's like 6'2" and her brother's 6'5".
Oh my God. And, well, yeah, she's tall.
Yeah.
And where are you going, Scott?
Well, I'd like to go to Krakow in Poland. That's a place I wanted to go visit. That got cancelled. And Portugal, I think. Just see where it takes us.
Do you reckon we're going to get back to normal?
I don't think we're going to be back to normal this year. No.
Not for a few years.
A few years? I'm hoping Easter, right?
I don't think it's.
No, not Easter. It'll be longer than that.
We're not going to be able to go on holiday.
I think we can go on holiday.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Certain places.
Wow. Well, you can go to the Maldives. Maldives is open.
Expensive.
Yeah, expensive there. But anyway, right. Well, there's that.
Happy holidays!
What about then, as we are coming up to Christmas, and we are going to record some Christmas editions, right? But what I want to know is, right, what are you looking forward to on Christmas Day? What present, if you can, what present would you like Santa to bring? What are you hoping for in your kind of Santa sack?
There's not like a specific thing.
There's not one thing that you really hope that Santa's going to...
I just want all of it.
All of what?
All the things I've asked for.
Well, you can't have that. You just want to make sure that one thing that you get.
I want an Apple Watch.
Right.
Because just encourages healthy and active.
Huh? What do you want, Olivia?
Probably shoes.
So that's very materialistic of you two. I want world peace and the end of COVID. There you go, everybody.
Sure.
So there you go. These two are materialistic and they're thinking about themselves, and I'm thinking about the world peace and the end of the pandemic.
He wasn't saying that this morning. He was saying,
shush. I can edit this out.
You're asking for a 911. Oh, the Porsche 911.
I was asking for a 911. That is true. So
Porsche 911.
But when you're the editor and the producer of the show, you can make yourself sound as good or as bad as you want. So I can edit that out and make you two sound like, oh my God, you're just greedy.
Porsche 911.
That's just a joke. Yeah, 911. I'm going to have one day. Yeah, we shall wait and see. But what about the run up to Christmas? Do you want to go out for a meal?
Yeah, on Christmas Eve. We always go out for a meal on Christmas.
Yeah, but it's going to be different this year, isn't it? What do you
Are they
reckon?
even doing it?
Well, I don't know. Do you reckon it's going to happen?
I don't know.
Where's it going to be open?
Yeah, I mean, places are open in tier 2. No, I what I like about Christmas is I think, friends and everyone come together. Everyone's sort of in a bit of a jolly mood. Yeah, it's all about coming together and
But Scott, look at
lots of drinking.
You take last year or the year before, I think. I remember you were out sort of from Christmas Eve every night till about 4 a.m. until about New Year's Eve, and then you were like just dead, right?
Yeah, I know. It did take it out of me.
So that was 4 o'clock in the morning, and then at about 7 o'clock you'd be puking up.
Yeah, I've stopped.
So it's going to be different, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to do that anymore this year. I think you can't anymore. There's time limits on going out.
Is Revs open?
To be honest, Revs isn't really my cup of tea anymore.
Out of that phase.
I was going to say, he always used to talk about Revs. Oh, I'm going to Revs.
Yeah.
Every single weekend.
It was every single weekend. It's like got a VIP in Revs.
Yeah, no, Revs is a bit old now.
Old hat, is it? Oh
yeah,
my God. Where's the new gig place then?
Just locals, really. I just prefer going to locals with your mates. Nothing too fancy.
And what about your mates? What are they doing for Christmas? Any shout outs to your mates?
No.
Jordan's had one.
Yeah, he's had one. Yeah, no, just going at locals, going to your mates.
Yeah, but again, you can't have. Apparently, you can't have more than 6 people, and you're not allowed to mix more than
3 households.
3 households over Christmas. So what you could do there, Scott?
I don't know. It's a good job I don't have more than 6 mates, isn't it?
From 3 different households.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to see. It's a bit of an unprecedented time at the moment, so you just got to go with it and just see what happens. Just make the most of it.
Okay. What about you, Olivia?
What bit?
Well, are you going to go out? You're getting to that age now where, you'll be 17 next, right?
Yeah, we still can't do anything.
Oh, God, I won't tell you what I was doing at your age then. Christmas time, out partying, going out into clubs.
Yeah, but no one will do anything because of COVID.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the strange thing, right? It's going to be so strange with COVID. But, yeah, we'll see what happens, right? And what about New Year? That's going to be even stranger.
I know, I want to go out, but obviously there won't be anything.
You know what they're saying in Wales? So I live in Wales. And they're saying that they're going to go to lockdown on the 28th. So
no New Year's for you.
No New Year.
Just come over to us.
I need to be out of Wales on New Year.
What do you prefer, Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve?
Christmas Eve.
New Year's Eve.
Why? Is it because of presents?
Yeah, I think it's the anticipation that.
True.
It's the anticipation that, woohoo, it's going to be an exciting day tomorrow. Whereas New Year's Eve, it got to the point where I started going off New Year's Eve was when they started charging you to go into pubs, right? They charge you to go into a pub. Oh, and then you'd be like, then you didn't want to go to another pub because it cost you another £5 to get in. And then everyone's barging at the bar. And then, and then you just write off the next day because you're just so hungover.
And in terms of presents, Chris,
yes.
Here's a question to you. Do you prefer giving or taking?
Ooh, missus. That's a bit of an innuendo there, Scott.
Presents. Do you prefer giving presents?
I am a giver. I think I am a thoughtful giver. I am. I guess because I'm so used to people going, "Oh, you're so hard to buy for. I don't know what to get you, so I just got you socks." All right, thanks.
What's worse, socks or a gift card?
Oh, that's a good one, right? Because I would never give gift cards. Well, very limited because you can end up getting ripped off with gift cards, right? So you take now with COVID, I know it's a bit boring, right? Here's a common sense failure for you. So if you have a Topshop gift card, right? Because they've all gone into administration, what they've now said is, in order, so if you've got £100 on your gift card, you have to spend another £100 to use that £100.
What?
So they will only let you use that gift card for 50% of the purchase.
Stupid.
Buy anything for
What's the point of buying it then?
Yeah, exactly. So can you imagine if someone gave you a gift card and they go, oh yeah, I'm going to go and spend it, got £100. And they go, yeah, but you can only use it if you spend
it was
£200.
like it's like what I got in the post the other day.
Ooh.
It was a Virgin Wine voucher for £50, and I was thinking, oh, fantastic. But then obviously you've got to spend a minimum of £100.
Really?
So then obviously you've got to spend 50 quid.
Wow.
It's just ways of getting money.
It is. It's just ways of getting...
Nothing's free in this world.
Nothing's free. You say, Scott. Nothing's free. Anyway, Scott's quite pleased because he's got a what he calls a car now that has a back end that mistakenly looks like a Porsche Macan.
Yes, very nice.
So what is this car you've got, Scott?
So it's the Peugeot 208. Wasn't really planning on buying it, to be honest. Somehow I went into the Peugeot garage. I was with Peugeot originally, and I just asked them what my deal was, what sort of situation I was up to in terms of what I was on.
So it's another brand spanker, right?
Yeah, brand new. But I just thought.
And did they sell it to you by saying, "Have a look at this Porsche lookalike in the showroom"?
No, I mean it's what I thought when I saw it. I didn't actually go in to look at it. I actually went in to get information about my current deal. But we sat down, we spoke, and he offered me a good deal, and I negotiated it down a bit as well, obviously. But I actually loved the car. I loved the look of it. I thought, it was smarter. It was a bit newer.
It looks nice. It's a grey,
it's
grey and black. It's lovely.
Great car. So it was more boyish, more sporty-ish, and so I love it. And it's funny actually. I spoke to the salesman afterwards, a couple of days afterwards. I said, "Oh, how's my old car getting on?" "Oh yeah, I just sold it to a mother of 3." So I think good job I had a change from the mother car. So
when I was your age and I was getting I was getting into my cars. I had company cars and like a little van, and everything else. It's like, oh god, I need to have my own car. Anyway. When I was about 19, I saw this gorgeous white Golf. It was a Golf driver, right? And the Golf driver is just like a special edition Golf, and it was in white. And it had I'll never forget it because it had it looked like a private number plate. It was HJC 5Y. And I thought, oh man, that looks really cool. And it looked brand spanker. And I thought, oh, I'm going to have one of them. It looks cool. So I saved money and I bought it from a garage in St. Asaph where I used to live. And anyway, I'm getting in this car and I felt like the dogs in it. It's like, this is really cool, right? I got a good deal on it. Anyway, about 3 or 4 weeks into it, I was talking to a friend who used to do up cars, and he worked in a garage in Ruthven. And I was telling him that I've just bought this Golf driver. It's fab. And he goes, oh, all right. So we just had a Golf driver in about 2 or 3 months ago. He says, complete write-off. He says, but we did it all up. He says, made it look spanker. You couldn't tell. It looked gorgeous. It looked brand new. And it was a great car. I said, oh, mine's white. I said, mine was the guy who was selling it to me in this garage was saying, it's a lovely car. It had one owner. It was the bank manager from Ruthven. That had it, so you think, oh, right, a sensible kind of guy, safe. And I'm thinking, oh, lovely. This, that, and the other. So, it was lovely. So, this one was white as well. And he went, yeah. He said, I remember it. He said to me, mates, I remember this one because that's like a private number plate. It was HJC5Y. Never forget it. And I sat there and went, what? He went, HJC5. It was a write-off when it came in. He says we had to pretty much replace every panel on it. He says, it was a hell of a job. He said, but we've got it looking nice. HJC5Y. Yeah. I went straight back to the garage and went, this has been a write-off, right? And blah, 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 and you sold it to me. And I got the manager involved and everyone else. They gave me my money back.
Fair enough.
And
the sales guy got fired. Because he bought it. The guy he bought it from, the bank manager, was his mate.
So that's why, wasn't it?
And that's why he bought it.
Dodgy dealing.
It was a bit of a dodgy deal. But yeah, can you imagine that? Sit there, your pride and joy, and then someone goes, that was a write-off, and we fixed it. So that's a bit of a common sense fail, right? But yeah. But you won a Mini, right?
Yeah, for my first car.
Friend who I know, I hope she'll come on the podcast. Nikki, if you're listening, she's just bought her daughter a Mini. I think they're quite cute Minis.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm not a big fan of them. I think they're just a bit...
they're kind of retro cool though, right?
They're retro, yeah, but I just think they're not smooth. I think it's a bit of a bumpy ride.
Is it a girl's car?
Yeah.
I do think... Well, it depends actually. Depends what
so.
Mini you get. I mean, you get a Cooper S. And
They're quite good.
Mini Cooper S, 1S. They're quick, them. It's like a 1.6. But, yeah, you won't get insured on that. But, I don't know. I don't like them, really. I think they're just...
Well, I like them.
Same.
I think they look funky, and you can get quite cool looking ones. And although looking at some of them now, they're not mini, are they? They're huge.
Yeah.
They're like bigger than your car, Scott. So there we have it, listeners. That is the end of our pre-Christmas episode for the young ones. Covered a lot of topics there, a bit random, some of them. But hope you liked it. And don't forget to listen on Christmas Day, because we're going to have our kind of special mashup edition. It should be out there on Christmas Day itself. So have a happy Christmas, and we'll catch up soon.
And that's it for this week's episode. Add us to your podcatcher or on iTunes now so that you can make sure you never miss out on another second of our wonderful podcast. We would hate for you to miss out. Have a great week, everyone.
Friend us on your socials and let's connect.
This podcast has been brought to you by our sponsors, RightClick and Data Insight Systems, leaders in business intelligence dashboards. Contact us at info@datainsightsystems.co.uk.